Hey there, car enthusiasts. Welcome back to C Cars, your go-to channel for all things classic cars. Today, we've got something truly special for you. We've scoured the depths of Facebook Marketplace to bring you the top 5 classic car finds from private sellers. Each one meticulously selected for its uniqueness and allure. But here's where you come in. We need your expert eye. Drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think about these beauties and whether you think they're worth the price tag. Let's dive in and explore these automotive gems together. Hooey, folks! Today we're diving into the world of classic cars. And let me tell you, we've got a gem on our hands. A 1966 Ford Thunderbird Q Code. And guess what? It's in a flashy pink coat. Now, before you start picturing Barbie cruising down the highway, let's dissect this beauty. First off, what's under the hood? A Q Code engine, baby. For those not in the know, that means serious power. A 428 V8 churning out a respectable 345 horses. Paired up with a C6 transmission, this bird is ready to spread its wings and soar. But wait, there's more. This ain't your run-of-the-mill Thunderbird. Oh no, this bad boy comes with the Landau package, bringing some extra oomph to the table. We're talking special rear seat configuration, factory-installed ice-cold AC, perfect for those hot California days, and enough power amenities to make your head spin. Electric this, electric that, you name it. Now let's talk condition. Sure, she's got some original charm, but don't be fooled. There have been a few touch-ups here and there. We're talking a new white vinyl top and an interior to match. Exterior's rocking a sleek silver rose, giving off that classy vibe. But here's the kicker. All the glass has been professionally installed, except for the windshield. Safety first, right? So, the big question, is she a candidate for restoration? Well, partner, it all depends on your fancy. If you're looking for a project to sink your teeth into, she's got potential. But if you're after a turnkey ride, she's ready to hit the road as is. Now, let's talk turkey, or rather, price. Given the rarity of that Q Code engine and the Landau package, this ain't gonna be your bargain bin find. But if you're willing to pony up the dough for a piece of automotive history, you won't be disappointed. So, there you have it, folks. The 1966 Ford Thunderbird Q Code, a classic cruiser with a punch. Whether you're a gearhead or just appreciate a stylish ride, she's one bird worth keeping an eye on. Until next time, keep those engines revving and those wheels turning. All right, folks, gather round for a classic American tale, the story of a 1967 Pontiac Firebird. Now, before you start humming Born to be Wild, let's dig into the nitty-gritty. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the missing engine and transmission. Yeah, this bird ain't gonna fly without those vital organs. The original 400 and its trusty transmission have taken a permanent vacation, leaving this Firebird grounded. But fear not, fellow enthusiasts, all hope is not lost. Now, looking at the exterior, we've got a sleek black coat of paint that's probably seen its fair share of sunsets and drag races. Sure, it's got a few battle scars, but that just adds character, right? Plus, the seller throws in some window trim and a front spoiler, because who doesn't love a little extra bling for their ride? As for the price tag, $7,000. Now, before you start emptying your piggy bank, let's weigh the pros and cons. On one hand, you're getting yourself a piece of American automotive history. On the other hand, you're essentially starting from scratch with this project. It's like buying a puzzle without half the pieces and no picture on the box. But hey, if you're handy with a wrench and have dreams of roaring down Route 66 in a vintage Firebird, then maybe this is the challenge you've been waiting for. Just remember, restoration projects like this ain't for the faint of heart or the light of wallet. So, is this Firebird worthy of restoration? Well, that's a decision only you can make, partner. Just know what you're getting into before you dive headfirst into the deep end of classic car ownership. And if you do take the plunge, may your garage be filled with tools, your pockets with patience, and your heart with the spirit of American muscle. Yeehaw, folks! Buckle up, because we're diving into the wild world of classic cars, and today's star is none other than the 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Coupe. Now, if you're in the market for a ride that screams American muscle louder than a bald eagle belting out the national anthem, you might want to stick around. First off, let's talk turkey. This bad boy's up for grabs at $7,000, hailing all the way from Tracy, California. And what's under the hood, you ask? Well, hold on to your cowboy hats, because we got ourselves a 403 Olds engine hitching a ride with an automatic transmission. Now, it ain't purring like a kitten right now, but fear not, partner, because it's still got plenty of life left in those cylinders. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. This baby needs a little TLC. Ain't no rust gnawing away at its metal hide, but she's definitely seen better days. The seller's straight up about it. She's a prime candidate for a pro touring build. Translation? You're looking at a blank canvas just waiting for your personal touch. So, is she worth the investment? Well, partner, that all depends on your fancy. If you're handy with a wrench and got a hankering for a project, then this Firebird might just be the ride of your dreams. But if you're expecting a turnkey beauty straight off the lot, well, you might want to mosey on down the road. In a nutshell, this 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Coupe ain't your grandma's Sunday cruiser. She's a diamond in the rough, just waiting for the right cowboy to come along and give her the spit and polish she deserves. So saddle up, folks, because the open road's calling, and this Firebird's ready to spread its wings once again. All right, folks, gather round for a tale about a classic piece of Americana, the 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle. Now, this beauty hails from Galt, California, and let me tell you, it's got some stories to tell. First off, let's talk specs. She's got an automatic transmission draped in a charming shade of green that screams 70s cool. Now, the seller, bless their heart, is doing this for their pops. This Chevelle has been in the family for over 2 decades, so you know it's got that sentimental value. Under the hood, they've dropped in a fresh 350 engine a few years back, along with a 700 transmission. That's some serious muscle right there. And hey, they've even spruced her up with some new gauges, tires, and rallies. Can't forget the new oil pan and tune-up either. But, and there's always a but, she's not without her quirks. Bit of TLC wouldn't hurt, according to the seller. Some scratches here and there, and a little body work needed from an encounter with a drunk driver. Hey, it happens. But fear not, it's nothing that'll stop you from cruising from Sacramento to the Bay Area and back without breaking a sweat. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. Is this a restoration project waiting to happen? Well, it depends on your fancy. If you're the type who loves to roll up their sleeves and breathe new life into a classic, then sure, she's got potential. But if you're looking for a pristine, showroom-ready ride, you might want to keep on looking. But hey, don't let me rain on your parade. At the end of the day, this Chevelle still knows how to turn heads and burn rubber. Whether you want to relive the glory days or make some new memories, she's ready to hit the road. Just don't forget to blast some classic rock as you cruise into the sunset. Peace, love, and horsepower, y'all. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're taking a traveling trip back to 1973 with this Dodge Charger SE. Now, this baby's got some history. It's been sitting pretty in a garage since '98, like some classic car time capsule waiting to be unearthed. With 65,378 miles on the clock, it's not exactly a spring chicken. But hey, who among us is? Let's talk specs. Under the hood, you've got a 400 cc big block Mopar engine, and the seller's keen to point out that it's numbers matching. Translation? This beast is the real deal, folks. And after a little TLC in the form of a new fuel pump, she's fired up and ready to roll. Automatic transmission means you can focus less on shifting gears and more on soaking in the nostalgia as you cruise down those Northern California roads. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the elephant in the garage. This Charger's been lounging around since '98, so expect a few battle scars and maybe a rust spot or two. But hey, aren't those imperfections part of what gives these classics their character? So, here's the million-dollar question. Is this Charger a diamond in the rough, just waiting for a loving restoration to bring it back to its former glory? Well, that depends on your appetite for a project. If you're handy with a wrench and have a soft spot for vintage rides, this could be your ticket to automotive bliss. But if you're looking for something showroom ready, you might want to keep browsing. In terms of price, well, that's always a bit of a dance, isn't it? The seller's got the title in hand, which is always a good sign. But you'll want to do your homework and make sure the asking price lines up with the condition of the car. After all, nobody likes feeling like they've overpaid for a fixer-upper. So, in conclusion, is this Charger worth restoring? If you've got the skills, the patience, and a healthy appreciation for vintage Americana, then absolutely. But if you're more of a turnkey kind of guy, you might want to look elsewhere. Either way, happy hunting, and may the road ahead be full of classic car adventures.